losing over. You a queen when I less than I'm a gozy. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie.
I don't know why haters be telling me to mind my business when they're out here not minding theirs. Shut your mouth and enjoy the tea. We all know you're here for it, sis. Hello my ninjas, how are you guys doing? It's your girl Hlongwane, aka Miss Fear for Code, praying back for entertainment. If it's the first time joining me, almost definitely welcome. Please do subscribe and of course hit the bell. I absolutely love it. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram. It's at Owamie Hlongwane, okay? Now my ninjas, today it's going to be a story time. I know that I'm wearing this robe. Girl, is it really mgoze if you're not out here wearing a robe? No, the truth of the matter is I was out the whole day, and so my top kind of got makeup, and I didn't want to like take something new, you guys. It would just make more washing for my helper, so that's why in this robe, okay, I'm trying to be considerate out here, so bear with me. Another thing again, girl, the afro is doing the things, honey. My afro is grown. I'm so excited about it, you guys. So yeah. By the way, ninjas, someone actually gave me an idea. They were like, girl, since you're saying that Zaleville is a bit dry right now, why don't you take this opportunity and start giving us story times? And I was just like, that's actually a great idea. And today, want to do it, something happens, you guys. Now, this is story time, but I will not lie, when it was happening, I was pissed, okay? So your fave was out there busy fighting outside ShopRite in Standard Oil. Today, honestly, you guys, was just, I don't even know, but I'm gonna just go ahead and explain everything, okay? So basically, obviously that's gonna be yesterday for you guys, but this is what actually happened for me obviously today. So I woke up, you guys. Actually, I had to go to SARS. There was some stuff that I obviously needed to do, and so I was like, okay, you know, like I get to SARS. When I get there were like some ladies that were there were some people that were actually sitting on the curb, and you know, I pack my car and then I walk in. Shibobo walks in, and then there's a line there. Now when there's a line, there's another guy that is actually standing in front of me, and so, you know, I obviously stand behind him. We queue. Okay, we're in this queue. Security guards are over there looking at us. You know, they're helping, and in front of that guy there were like, I think, about 3 elderly people. So when that guy arrives, you know, at the front of the line, the security guards are like, yeah, this is the line for older people. The line for younger people is over there. Like those people sitting by the side of the walk, the walk side, the side of the walk. Girl, English. That's actually the line. So now this guy's looking at them like, wait, what do you mean? Because I was just standing on the queue here. Y'all saw me standing on the queue here. I know y'all saw me. And I'm obviously basically just going through the same thing. I'm just like, you saw us standing here. You couldn't even just say, hey guys, like, you know, that's the line, instead of us having to stand here for nothing. So that guy decides he's going to just turn and then he walks. I was like, oh hell no, Shibobo, okay, we are about to talk out here. So I asked them, I'm like, but you guys saw us, like you couldn't. They're like, yeah, we couldn't because we're busy. I'm like, it's the two of you. One could have just stepped and said, guys, that's the line for younger people. We're not refusing the fact that the elderly obviously have to be given like preference and all that, but y'all are not going to just see me standing out here wasting my stand. And they were just, you know, the atmosphere there, you guys, was just rude. So this is the SARS I'm talking about in Standerton. So, you know, I mean, honestly, you guys, like today I was such my mother's daughter. My mom was just someone that stood up for herself in every and any situation. And so I feel like today I was just channeling that, you know, Chilido vibe, you know, that's my mother's name. And so I was like, okay, I go and I sit on the curve of by the side of the road. Now, what you guys, some of you guys do not know is that in Free State, the part of Free State that I'm at, and Mpumalanga, it's a lot of like Afrikaner people, and so obviously we see them as white people, you guys. And so most black people, you guys, I think it's just the way that they were raised here. They were raised basically to look at this Afrikaners like their God or something like that, Jesus or whoever that is up there in the power. when I'm saying whoever, I'm saying like based on what you believe in. Okay, so basically, if a white person comes and says something, most people or almost everyone is just like quiet, like okay, like people just become yes ma'am. Now I'm not saying it's in every situation, but that's something that I've actually just observed. I am Venda. We didn't grow up with white people, so I say a white person the same way I say a black person should be okay. They might be a bit richer, well, a lot richer anyway, but I see them the same way. So this white lady comes, you guys, and she's like, guys, unfortunately we can't be able to help any one of you today. It might just happen that you can wait, but I'm not promising that we're gonna help you today. If you don't have an appointment, high chances are you're not going to get help. So everyone is just quiet there. So I'm just like, wait a minute, what are you saying? Are you saying we need to make an appointment? It's like, yeah, but the appointment is not going to be like today. That's what she said. So I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but I can't book an appointment today for another day, right? Because I ain't about to sit here and just waste my time. If there's something I hate the most, like more than anything in this world, it's wasting my time. Like, don't waste my time, okay? Because my time, I can't buy that shende. So I basically stand and I go to her and I'm talking to her like close by. And what I actually saw was that the people that were sitting, they were like shocked at like, wait a minute, did she just stand up to go to talk to this white woman? And remember, like, my voice was already high because of like those security guards had already pissed me off. And so I'm not yelling at her, but I'm just talking to her. So I see that in her was kind of like that. She was also a bit surprised that like I was being very confrontational with her, like. And then, so this is what actually happened, you guys. Legit, no joke. She was like, okay, ma'am, no, what do you want? So I told her, I was like, this is what I want. She was like, oh, yeah, I can actually help you with that. She was like, okay, so sit in front of the light. You guys, like, I jumped everybody that was there. Everybody, because that white woman was like, come sit in front, and then I will just make sure that I help you first. Everyone that was there, you guys, nobody said anything. Now when I tell you, if it was me sitting down, you is not passing me. I don't know where you from. I don't know who you is, but you is not passing me. And at first I thought that people were gonna talk, but then the people that were sitting there, they just looked at each other. And I was like, "Kumnandi musla kwampumalanga." Guys, I sat in front. When I sat in front, they immediately called us. I was number one. When I got there, that white lady helped me with a smile. I even had to ask for another thing, and she was like, oh yeah, I think you get that at Sasa, ma'am. No. And then after that, but when we were now standing in the queue, I could hear like the other people at the back talking with Rico. Look at, like, they just let her pass and stuff, but they're not talking to me. And I guess because of that white lady spoke, they can't like challenge authority. So that's basically what happened, you guys. Once they helped me, you guys, and I ran to my car. I was laughing. Okay, now I know that was bad. I should have just waited the line, but when an opportunity presented itself, honestly, legit, I was not the bigger person or the better person. Okay, so that's basically what happened at first, which, I mean, it's not really bad news. I don't know, it may be bad news for other people, but it was good news for me, honey, because I got to jump the line. But then little did I know that my day was about to be, I was about to get pissed. So I had stuff that I needed to take care of, you guys. So from where I am to Standard Time, I should not just mention that. Some of you can actually search. I don't want that. So basically, I had some stuff that I actually needed to do, you guys. So I go to the place where I needed to do the second thing that I had to do. And when I get there, it was around 1:30. So they were closed, they are Muslims. And so I was like, okay, 2 o'clock, I'm definitely going to come back. I'm sure that they will be open. Now, I have been wanting to tint my car windows. My car has like, the original tint. However, I want something a little bit more darker. Number one, I just don't want people seeing me too much. I want the darkest one that is legal, because there's the tint that is illegal. And so I've been wanting to do this in Joburg. I tried to search, and I guess the day that I had to leave I was just late, and so I've been doing a lot of stuff, you guys, work stuff and other stuff, so it's been busy. So I was just like, okay, I kind of go to the garage and I asked, and I'm like, do you know somebody that is good that actually does the car tinting, like the window tinting? And they were like, yeah, there are guys there by ShopRite in Standerton. If you know Standerton, you will know, because I think it's the only ShopRite that is there. I get there, you guys. The guys that are there, they're actually selling like screen protectors and pouches. It was time for me to change my screen protector because it had cracked on the sides and I was hating it. And I actually got this cute pouch. When I came home, Abby was like, oh my gosh, that's so girlish, because this is really not me, you guys, but for some reason I'm loving it. And so when I got there, I asked these guys, you guys, I'm like, do you guys know somebody that tint the car windows? And they were like, yeah, there's this guy, he's really good, and then but he's not here, but there's also another one, which is that one. So they call this other guy, you guys. So when he comes, I look at him, he looks like somebody that smokes a lot. And when I say smoke, I'm a zol shibubu, okay? So I'm just like, okay, I should not. I asked the guy that I bought this from, I'm like, yo, are you sure this guy is good? He's like, yes, he's very good. He's the one that does the car tinting and stuff. So number one, remember when I went to the garage, actually day before yesterday, I was in Standerton, and when I asked, this other guy was like, I want to refer you to someone good, you should go by ShopRite. So the second place, which was the garage where I went to, they were like ShopRite. So obviously I already have two people that told me ShopRite is the place to be. And then when I get there, that guy's like, yeah, this guy is good. Can't be, it's two guys, you guys, but you were still going to get into that. So this guy that they're basically saying that he should come and do my car, he comes to me and he's like, I'm like, okay, how much? It's like $380. Now he's like, 380, like that's a lot of money just to tint my windows, because I do remember that in Joburg they charged me I think about 270. So I was like, I do understand that it's different places, so I was like, okay, that's fine, $380, cool, I'll pay. That's basically 400 shibubu. So I was like, okay, it's fine, I'll pay, it's not a problem. So what happens now is that the guy brings me sort of like a spray. I don't know what was in there. And then after that, he's like, yeah, I'm coming, right? I sit in my car. When I tell you I sit in that car, I sit, Jibubu, okay? Maybe about almost 30 minutes. And so I get out of the car. I go to the guy that I bought this, who's the one that referred me to that guy. I'm like, guy, where is this guy? Because this guy's not coming. And like, time is money, Jibubu, okay? I got things that I need to do. Now he's like, the other one is back, but unfortunately, because I already like spoke to that other one, it's like, no, I can't like refer you to this one now, because when that one comes, they're gonna fight and whatnot. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then the guy, basically the one that had left, was now coming. So when he arrives, you guys, the first thing that he does obviously is, he starts putting the tint. Now the window that he started with was the passenger seat, and I was sitting obviously in the driver's seat. The way that he did it, like it kind of like stuck together, and then he removed it. And when he removed it, some of the black tint actually like rubbed off. So he's continuing to put. I'm just like, I tell him, I'm like, no, but you did see that, it kind of stuck together, and when you removed, some of the paint there was out. So he's like, oh yeah, sorry. He removes it and then he puts at the back window. I'm just like, you trying to put that chende at the back window where it has got those marks where it's clear on other spots, like what? And then it's like, no, I was just trying to see if it would fit how obviously it's going to fit, because this is a freaking car. All the windows are the same size except for the smaller ones. So obviously it's going to fit, because it did fit from the passenger side. The problem here is the fact that that one that you're having now is actually messed up. Now he takes it, you guys. My car kind of has like the smaller windows at the back. I don't know how to explain it, you guys. Like, it's a Kia Cerato, so if you all know, you know. And so he takes that, you guys, and he puts at the smallest windows. So I was like, okay, that's fine. After he was done, he then takes another tint, and then he puts on the front window of the passenger side. The way that he did it, you guys, number one, it was very messy. Number two, it was just not cut the way that I personally feel it should be cut. And remember, this is not my first car, and it's not my first time getting a car tinted, so I do know that, you know, you will know a good car tint, you know, the same day that it's put on, Chibubu. Okay, it's not a shende of, oh, you know, it's gonna dry. Well, if it's bad, it's bad. Okay, so I see it and I'm just like, guy, I don't think I'll be happy with your job, hey. I think you should just remove, and then, like, you know, it's okay, because I don't think I'll be happy the way you're doing it. It's like, no, don't worry. Once I'm done with the whole car, I go and I straighten things out and stuff. I was like, okay, that's fine. When I tell you guys that I sat there for 2 hours, that's excluding the 30 minutes that I had to first sit in that shandy. This guy does the car, you guys, and then I was like, at this moment I had to use the loo, so I'm like, okay, I'm coming right now. That time he was now doing the boot, so I go to the loo. When I come back, he's like, I'm done. And I look at my car, and my car is a mess, you guys. This guy does not know how to cut that thing. So from outside, you can already see where it's cut. Kind of like other places, it zigzags. It does this, it does that. Other spots, they are not well put, and I'm just devastated. So I'm just like, I'm not happy with your work. I don't want this. Now, number one, you guys, like, I was like, okay, we tried to talk, and I'm like, instead of paying you 380, I'm gonna pay you 250. I was like, that's the best I can do, honestly, because at that moment I was just so unhappy with what it was. So I was like, okay, no, that's fine, 250 is enough. I was like, okay, that's fine. I pay him 250, you guys. I get I actually go back to this guy who sold me this, and I'm telling you, I'm just like, guys, you know, the problem that you guys are gonna have right now is that you can't refer me to somebody that does not know what they're doing. Like, you could actually see the horrible job that he did all the way across the road, Shibubu. Okay, I'm just like, who in the shende do you think I am? So I talked to them, I'm like, I'm not happy with what this guy did. And you know, after that, I just enter my car, I drive off. Now, as I'm driving off, I look at the boat. You will not believe that this guy, as he was putting that tint, I guess it teared. And when it teared, like, he just put it together like that. There was still space. I was like, ungithatha kancinci ungijongela phansi bo ucinga ubantu ubani na Shibubu. I was just like, oh hell to the no. If you know Standard Road, I actually just went there by clicks, did a U-turn, and I went back, packed my car, you guys. The back of my car was kind of like on the road. I got out of the car and I was like, hey baba, I want all my money back. Remove this nonsense that you put. Those guys came, they tried to calm me down. It was a huge fight, you guys. Like, I have not fought like how I fought today in a very long time, because I've worked very hard, you guys. Believe it or not, I've worked very hard to become a better person in life. But what I hate is when I feel like someone is actually taking advantage of me. Like, I hate that. So at this moment, I'm just like, it's not just a matter of it's only 250 bucks. Number one, I knew that I was going to remove this nonsense. So why am I paying? So when this guy comes, you guys, he gives me 150 bucks. It's like, the 100 bucks, you know, it has to be for the tint. I'm like, whose tint? Which tint? Because I'm not going home with this tint. You is removing your tint, Shibubu. I want all of my money. To be honest with you, his attitude was also just horrible. And he came with that fighting spirit of, I used my time, I bought this thing. And I'm just like, that is none of my business. Because had you done your job the right way, then I wouldn't be in this situation, okay? I also took a video, and I want you guys to actually see, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary. Okay, so I'm standing here in Standard Tone. This is what, like, these guys actually do. I asked them to tint my windows. This guy comes, he does a banged up job, he does a horrible job, everything. So now I'm simply asking for my money back. He won't give me my money back. He gave me only 150, and now he's busy removing, but he doesn't want to give me like all my money. So, like, I just want to show you guys, this is the place that I'm at. You should be very, very careful if you're coming around this place. This is how they do things here. Now, you guys could actually even hear my voice. I was so livid. I was livid. Like, I was pissed, you guys. And then, yeah, he ended up giving me all my money. And he removed this nonsense. Now, my car is so messed up, you guys, that first thing tomorrow morning, I do have to take you to the car wash. But I just want, and this is the last statement that he told me, you guys. It was like, yeah, Sissy, just next time you should just go to a place like where they're gonna use the machine. Like, it's almost as if he's basically saying, I want quality, but I want to go under the tree. I'm just like, shbubu, there are people that are doing it under the tree and they're doing it right. So I told him, I was like, next time you should just learn to do your job. Okay. It was honestly a lot, you guys. Like, I was pissed. I don't even want to lie. As I said, I ended up getting all my money back. The tip that I can actually just give you is that when you want to get your car tinted, tell the person start with the boot. The boot is the most difficult part. I'm telling you, because with the boot, they need to mix the I don't know, if you're somebody that knows about the car tint, you will know what I'm talking about. They need to mix because they don't really have like a tint that is that big to fit everything, so they do need to put it together. And so if this person can't even put that together well, this person does not know their job. So you can basically tell them, remove your crap and I am leaving, before you waste your time, because it does take time, you guys. I'm not even going to that is the tip that I'll give you. Other than that, you guys, like, am I going back? Hell to the no. I'll be going back to Joburg soon, so I'm gonna go and just get my car tinted that side, you guys. Am I going to go to professionals that are going to charge me thousands of rands? Of course not. I'm gonna go under the tree, but somebody that actually knows how to do this chende, okay? Honestly, like, I was just so livid, you guys. And when this whole thing was happening, I'm busy fighting hubby calls. And I'm just like, I'm not answering this phone because I know I'm still very high. But after I call him and I'm like, babe, I tell him, I'm like, yo, I was busy fighting with this guy. My husband, because he was home, he was like, what did he touch you? I'm coming there right now. The guy actually wanted to drive all the way. I'm like, no, he didn't touch me. We were just like, it was words. It was like, did he swear at you? I'm coming. I'm like, no, he didn't like curse or at me, like use strong language or anything like that. He just didn't want to give me the $100. So basically, all this fight was for $100. But it was also just because of this guy, you guys, was being very stubborn. And he definitely thought that he could, I guess, take advantage because I'm a woman, but he dealt with the wrong one, okay? So I told her, I was like, no, everything is fine. And then after that, I just went to McD, got some food, and then obviously came home. It was honestly just so crazy, you guys. And when I think about it right now, it's just, when I get angry, you guys, I see red. I don't think of a lot of things. And it's not a good thing. And I hate being that angry and being that pissed off. And that's just because, like, I'm just those kind of people that are just like, you know what, makulu, like, and it's not a good place to be. And as I'm saying, I've worked very, very hard to not be that person, but I don't like it when people, like, think they can take advantage of me. It's just like, I'm a very short person, you guys, and I think short people do have anger issues. It's not a funny issue, you guys. Like, I'm seeing a therapist. Those guys were actually shocked at the level of, like, from 0 to 1,000 that this whole thing went. Now at this moment, people are now starting to gather around. People love commercial. So I was there, you guys, like a crazy person. I don't even know if somebody took footage, but it was honestly crazy. So I guess that I'm doing this video. If you all see a footage of a crazy Afro black woman, that's what happened, Chibubu, okay? It was honestly just a crazy situation. And I think that people like labeling us black women as the angry black woman to kind of, like, shut us up, even when we're being mistreated. Hell to the no, Chibubu, okay? I am not the one. No. I refuse to be abused, Yo. I know, guys. So that's basically what happened, you guys. I was so pissed. And even when I got the money back, I was now pissed for my time. I'm like, all this time I didn't get to do other stuff because this guy took forever. And it's obviously because he didn't know what to do. And he was like, no, when the sun comes out, it's gonna burn. I'm just like, bruh, like this is not the first car I'm getting tinted. Like, what is you even talking about, you know? So just be very careful, you guys. And if you're getting your car tinted, let them start with the boot. I am going to tell you, let them start with the boot. If they can't do the boot, then they're not good, okay? Because they may do the windows and the windows will be fine. The boot rifle is the most difficult part. So the boot, shibobo, let them start with the boot. If it is bad, cut that shender off. Anyway, I love you, my ninjas. Please do tell me, do you guys have any stories where you actually had to stand up for yourself? Under the trillion, you guys, like you experience a lot of stuff. But anyway, I want you guys to comment down below. I love you, ninjas, so much. Don't forget to thumbs up this video and obviously share. And I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.